So you're thinking about purchasing a Goalrilla Goal, and you're wondering if installing your goal really is as easy as advertised. Or perhaps you have already purchased your goal and want to make sure you can install it yourself. Well, this brief overview video will outline the main steps that go into assembling your Goalrilla Goal and show you just how easy it can be. A pizza and a friend or two, and you really can install your very own Goalrilla Goal. Now, when you purchase your Goalrilla Goal, you will receive specific, easy-to-understand instructions on setting up your goal. These instructions will give you specific measurements, as well as suggest the tools you'll need to dig the hole, mix and pour the concrete, as well as setting the anchor system. It will also include helpful hints to make sure your goal installation is straight and level. Installing your goal can be basically divided into two parts. Day 1, digging the hole, a 16-inch by 16-inch hole 4 foot deep, pouring the concrete, and setting the anchor system. Remember, you must contact your local utility companies to locate underground power cables, gas, and water lines. Mixing the concrete is a critical step since the consistency of wet concrete has a direct impact on its strength and integrity. Be sure to follow the instructions on the bag. Any reputable brand of ready-mix concrete will do. And be sure to mix thoroughly before pouring. At this time, insert the 4 reinforcement bars into concrete to form a cross on the playing surface. Place concrete form in desired location and finish pouring concrete up to court level. Push the anchor system into the concrete and agitate to work out any voids in the concrete. Use your level to level and square the anchor plate to your playing surface. Clean off any concrete that may be on any exposed threads. The bottom 4 nuts will be forever embedded in concrete. The top 4 nuts remain on bolts and are used to leveling the pole. Once you let the concrete set a minimum of 72 hours, you're ready to move on to the next step, setting up your goal. To complete this process, you'll need the following items not included: 1 ratchet, 1 3/4 inch socket, 1 3/4 inch wrench, a 9/16 inch socket, a 9/16 inch wrench, hammer rubber mallet, 1 Phillips screwdriver, 1 15/16 inch wrench, 1 ladder, and 2 sawhorses. The first step is to lay out and inventory all of the components included in your Goalrilla Goal. Once you have identified all the parts of your system, it's time for assembly. Very important assembly notes: nylon washers adequately space painted parts at all pivot points. Neglecting the use of these washers will result in rusted parts. All board arms are made of rectangular tubing. Tightening hardware too tight may damage tubing and make adjustment of system difficult. The first step is attaching the post brackets to the post assembly using the correct hardware and an Allen wrench from your hardware bag. Laying the pole on sawhorses at this time will make assembly easier. Next, you'll need to get the actuator, the adjusting mechanism, ready to attach to the pole. Slide the actuator sleeve over the actuator and place the cap on top. Slide the steel pivot tube into the hole at the top of the actuator until equal amounts stick out on both sides. If necessary, you'll use a mallet to tap the spacer in. It's now time to attach the lower arm onto the pole assembly using the appropriate hardware. And don't forget the nylon washers, and make sure the Goalrilla lettering is right side up. Don't tighten the bolt at this time. Now, attach the actuator to the pole in the lower arm using the appropriate hardware. Do not over-tighten the bolts. Board arms must pivot freely. Now mount the upper support arms to the pole in the same manner as the lower arms. All right, now that the arms are attached, you may want to get a friend or two to help you lift the pole onto the anchor system. Once you have the pole leveled, using the leveling nuts on the anchor system, simply tighten it into place, making sure you tighten the bolts evenly to keep the pole level as you finish up. The next step is attaching the backboard and rim, which has been specifically engineered to make installation safe and simple. Start by attaching the actuator handle and lowering the arms to their lowest position. Using two capable people, raise the backboard up and have a third person attach the lower board arms. Now attach the upper board arms in the same manner. Once again, make sure to use the provided nylon washers. This is a pivot point, so don't over-tighten these bolts. Snug is tight enough. Using a tape measure as a guide, raise the goal so that the rim is 10 foot off the playing surface. Using a pencil, make a mark at the bottom of the sleeve. This will be a reference point as to where to put the height indicator sticker. Lower the goal to its lowest point. Align the 10-foot mark on the sticker with the pencil mark and apply. Make sure that all the connections are snug. That's all there is to it. All that's left is to enjoy a lifetime of competitive play with your authentic Goalrilla Go. Now, who's up for a game?